On this episode of Bulldog TV, we get a behind-the-scenes look at our theater department's new show, get some information about GHS's new phone policy, meet a new Black educator here at GHS, see what's poppin' this week, check out the Black author stand in the library, learn how snow days are called, get a breakdown of Kendrick Lamar's halftime performance, and get to look at our school's Bible study group. I'm Mike Christensen-Wright.
I'm Danae Blair.
And this is Bulldog TV. Our theater department here has been putting on some great shows this school year, and they just had another great production. Eris is going to take us behind the scenes.
On February 21st through the 22nd, the GHS Theater Troupe held an interactive murder mystery play called This Murder Was Staged. The show follows the alleged murder of director Sinclair Hemmings on the opening night of his play. Throughout the show, the audience saw a detective attempt to solve the murder, with many plot twists and changes throughout the show.
So the highlight of the show was watching how all of the hard work we put in came to fruition on the stage, and watching how magic happens. Even though we had snow days, we had all these things, we still were able to put together a show and make people laugh, and just it's an amazing thing to do.
This is the second play under new directors Amanda Domino and Bree Wools. And though there have been many changes throughout the theater program, those involved are very hopeful for the future of the program.
My hopes for the future of the theater department is to grow the department and give it a good reputation so people want to come and watch our shows and people want to be a part of what we're doing. There's room for everybody, whether you're on stage, backstage, it really doesn't matter, and it's a very inclusive group of humans. So we hope that we can just make it more exciting and get more people involved.
Though they were excited about the play, the cast and crew faced some uncertainty, especially regarding one crucial problem.
The most obvious is Mother Nature. She was apparently very angry this year, and so we had all those snow days, and we would have to squeeze in longer practices on days before a storm or whatever, and so the continuity of our rehearsals was interrupted. So I think of all things, that's probably the most obvious, but yeah, we fought with rehearsal times.
The theater program has a very hopeful future and plans to continue to have an inclusive environment for all students.
Honestly, it's hard to say because a lot of it depends on cost and the rights of things. Like we talked about doing bigger shows, but bigger shows, more money. So we're working a lot of events to do that. But I know that I don't think I'm at liberty to say, but I will tell you that we are looking for things that kids can easily connect to. And like Adams, I think, was partially such a big success because people kind of already had a buy-in for Adams. So we hope to do something that gets people excited and want to come see the show.
The show was full of plot twists and funny moments, and the students definitely put in the work to make this a great show. This is Eris Turner with Bulldog TV.
I love seeing our theater department doing so well. We also have another group of students to be proud of. On Friday, February 21st, 6 of our outstanding female engineering students braved the cold weather to travel downtown to Bartle Hall to attend the 15th annual Introduce a Woman to Engineering Day sponsored by the Society of Women Engineers. This event was a fun day of learning all about engineering. Some highlights for the day included hands-on engineering activities where the young women were challenged to build a parachute that would withstand impact on the ground. And the girls were paired up with industry professionals so they could hear all about their careers. Multiple colleges with engineering schools were present to recruit future college students to their programs. And the day ended with the keynote speaker. It was such a great opportunity for our future women engineers. Now, before we get into the fun stuff, Whitney has a short PSA for us.
Sorry, but I'm gonna have to take your phone away.
What? Why?
It's a district-wide policy.
But that's right. It's important to remember that cell phones are not allowed during class time.
Right, thank you.
Make sure to follow the rules, or else you might end up without your phone for the rest of the year. Keep your phones away during class. Then you can have them out during lunch or passing period. Your future is a screen away. Put down the phone and start living in it.
Thanks for that PSA, Whitney.
Remember everyone, today, March 7th, will be the last day for quarter 3 assignments to be turned in. Everyone here at Bulldog TV wants you to be successful, So do what you can to get those turned in today.
Hey, Danae, speaking of success, I heard you got to talk to a teacher here at JHS for Black History Month. Let's check it out.
Grandview High School is full of amazing and outgoing staff. Being that it is Black History Month, Mr. Marshall is one of the loved African American teachers here at Grandview.
After a mentor conversation, and I was trying to get up out of his office, he goes, "Have you found a job yet? What are you doing after graduation?" And I didn't have an answer, and he said, "I think you should teach because you've been doing it and this, that, and the third," and next thing you know, it was all history.
Mr. Marshall shines light on Dr. Smith, our principal, being one of the reasons he's teaching here today at Grandview High School.
One of the reasons I came was because Dr. Smith was here, right? I've known him for pretty much my whole career, and there was just like, oh, there's a chance to work with one of the principals I've worked with outside of school, and like actually work with him. I was super excited.
Mr. Marshall states that it's a beautiful thing to see other African American students and teachers here in an environment.
There is nothing better than, at least for me in my experience, coming into the building, seeing people that look like me, seeing kids that look like me. Love it. You can't beat that.
We've received strong advice from Mr. Marshall on becoming a teacher or being a teacher while being African American.
When we show up in spaces as educators, as assistant principals, as professionals, as real estate agents, whatever you do, when you show up in a space, there is somebody that's gonna come after you later. Act like somebody's ancestor, because you are.
Thank you, Mr. Marshall, for being an amazing teacher and a love staff. I'm Danae Blair, Bulldog TV.
Danae, that was such a good segment.
Thanks, Maya. Speaking of Black history, Liam went to the library to check out the Black Author book stand. Let's check it out.
While the library has been known to provide a place for relaxation and learning, they also are known for creating displays often. The event in question this time is the Black History Book Display, an event held to celebrate Black History Month and African American authors.
Okay, so each month we kind of go through these cycles. So last month, if you were in the library, you know that we did Christmas. So for February, we did Black History Month because February is Black History Month. I think Black History Month is important because we need to remember the culture, the history, everything about Black people, because they have added so much to our community that it is unbelievable. We celebrate Women's History Month, Pride Month, so why can't we celebrate Black History Month?
There are so many great books on the shelves in the library from many different genres and people of color. The displays in the library are geared at raising awareness of books you may overlook.
What I like best about the biography section is that we have a combination of lesser known historical figures and well-known historical figures. And we do also have a lot of contemporary figures included here as well. In the other section, we have a lot of books that are important not just for the sake of representation, but also books that instruct you on how to be explicitly anti-racist in a variety of situations.
It is great to see Black history celebrated through the literature outlets of our school. The significance will no longer go unnoticed by anyone. This is Liam Lewis, Bulldog TV.
I love how our library staff here always has something special for us. We all love having snow days, but how are these determined? Kevin is going to tell us.
Since students returned from winter break in January, the weather has given students some extra time off. With all these recent snow days and AMI days, Bulldog TV wanted to look what goes into making the call to cancel school. At the heart of the decision-making is Superintendent Dr. Kenny Rodriguez and the Director of Transportation Marla Lynn, who must look at several factors.
Any weather-related day goes through kind of an extensive process of, number one, just looking ahead and kind of seeing what may be coming. We get regular reports from the National Weather Service, especially the one here locally, and just kind of look at what they're seeing, what patterns they're seeing, if it's going to be cold, is it going to be snow, what is it really going to look like.
This winter has compared to no other being one of the worst winters of Dr. Kenny Rodriguez's tenure as superintendent. Snow days deter to put the safety of every student and faculty member over the risk of trying to transfer to school. A big factor that goes into calling a snow day is seeing how the buses are able to drive during certain conditions.
I drive roads either morning of or night before to see the conditions and to see if we would have issues with our buses.
After talking to both Superintendent Kenny Rodriguez and the Director of Transportation Marla Lynn, Bulldog TV has concluded that snow days are called to ensure the safety of everyone in the district. The major factors that initiate a snow day involve below freezing temperatures, buses unfit to drive, and too much snow and ice on the streets. This is Kevin Ariola, Bulldog TV.
Wow, a lot more goes into calling a snow day than I thought. Some major events have taken place in our country recently. Jabari tells us what's popping, dog.
See what's been going on over the past couple of weeks. Let's take a look at some local news. In 2023, 16-year-old Ralph Yarl was shot twice in Kansas City by 86-year-old Andrew Lester after he rang the doorbell in the wrong house. He was initially trying to pick up his brother, but accidentally went to the wrong address. Lester pled guilty to second-degree assault on March 7th and was awaiting his sentencing. The next day, he died in jail. In national news, President Trump's new policies continue to affect immigration. A federal judge recently blocked immigration agents from carrying out operations in the house of worship, citing concerns that it could violate religious freedom protections. The ruling came after groups argued that such enforcement actions would discourage individuals from seeking refuge or support in these safe spaces. The decision is seen as defense of the constitutional right to religious freedom and protection of religious institutions. This ruling adds ongoing debates over how to balance immigration enforcement with safeguarding constitutional rights. In politics, Speaker Mike Johnson is pushing for a vote on GOP budget plan with tax cuts, spending reductions, and increased military and immigration funding. However, several conservative Republicans oppose it, citing insufficient spending cuts and their votes could derail the measure. Democrats are opposing the plan, arguing that it will harm working-class families and cut essential programs like Medicaid. If the budget passes the House, it will still need further steps, including crafting a bill that can bypass Senate hurdles. Here's what's going on in entertainment. A new exciting movie is coming out. Captain America: Brave New World is out in theaters, and it's definitely a movie you should check out. On March 2nd, 2025, the Oscars took place. Mikey Madison took home Best Actress for Anora, Adrian Brody won Best Actor for The Brutalist, and Anora by Sean Baker won Best Picture. History was made as Paul Tazewell was the first black man to win Best Costume Design for his work in Wicked. Now, up in music. Lady Gaga and Bruno Mars have recently been going viral with their new popular song called Die With A Smile. Here's a sneak peek.
If the world was ending, I wanna be next to you. If the party was over and our time on earth was through.
That's it for this episode's What's Poppin' Dog. I'm Jabari Estrada from Bulldog TV.
Thanks, Jabari. Along with all those events, Kendrick Lamar's performance is still getting a lot of attention, and Maya did a quick analysis to show us a few things we might have missed.
Kendrick Lamar's halftime performance at the 59th Super Bowl sparked both praise and backlash, but one thing's for sure, it was packed with powerful political messages. The performance was a sharp commentary on systematic inequalities and the experiences of Black Americans. Through metaphors like the game controller and the culture cheat code, Kendrick highlighted how the system is rigged, yet Black people are still finding ways to fight back and challenge it. One of the most striking symbols was his reference to 40 acres and a mule.
You really about to do it? 40 acres and a mule. This is bigger than the music.
A broken promise made to freed slaves after the Civil War. This phrase draws attention to the economic disparities that continue to affect Black communities, tying historical mistreatment to today's struggles. Kendrick's inclusion of Black figures like Serena Williams also showed a light on complexities of Black identity in the public eye, showing how even the most successful Black individuals face scrutiny and stereotypical labels like being
too loud, too reckless, too ghetto.
He also called out the exploitation of Black culture with the phrase,
"The revolution about to be televised. You picked the right time, but the wrong guy."
Others often profit from Black culture without acknowledging its true origins. Samuel L. Jackson's portrayal of Uncle Sam added an ironic twist, reminding us how the system has failed Black Americans throughout history. And let's not forget Serena Williams' Crip Walk, a powerful symbol of staying true to one's roots despite social pressures. The phrases "game over" ended the performance with a bold declaration of resistance, underscoring the strength and resilience of Black culture. Kendra's performance wasn't just entertainment, it was a bold statement about America's history and the ongoing fight for justice. Kendrick Lamar's Poetry Awards, including the Pulitzer Prize for Music, highlight his exceptional skills as a writer and storyteller. His ability to craft powerful, thought-provoking lyrics underscores the depth of his Super Bowl halftime performance. The political messages and cultural critics woven into his songs reflects his mastery of blending art with activism, making his performance not just a display of talent, but a statement on the struggle and resilience of Black Americans. Kendrick Lamar's performance was personally one of my favorites. Some students could have a favorite after-school club here, and that could just be our school's Bible study group. Jakari is going to tell us more about it.
In room 305, there's an after-school club for student-led Bible study. The First Priority Bible Club is run by art teacher Miss Hudson and Mr. Gracier. The club meets on Tuesdays for 30 minutes right after school. Snacks are also provided so you can enjoy a nice treat while learning about God. Anyone can enter the club. You only need to go to Miss Hudson's room after the 2:30 bell rings. First Priority is a perfect place to start if you want to learn more about the gospel and the Christian religion.
We do Bible studies every Tuesday. It's very welcoming. We're all nice to each other. You won't feel left out or anything.
The official First Priority organization has existed for some time now. The club is a great place to learn how to come together and live in God's image as a group and individually.
First Priority, the organization, has been around for decades. It's been a thing here at Grandview on and off for about 10 years, but it's made a resurgence in the last 2 years.
Mr. Gracier is a pastor and not only a director of the Living Faith Bible Institute, but is also a former English teacher here at GHS.
So I'm both a pastor and I am a director at a school, the Living Faith Bible Institute. I work to help students. I'm like a counselor, director, liaison type role.
He wants First Priority to empower students to express their faith and gain the strength and confidence to do whatever it is that they are passionate about. If you need any more information about First Priority after school, contact Miss Hudson in room 305. Jakari Ville, Bulldog TV.
I love that the students here are able to lead and support other students with these clubs. Now, attention juniors and seniors. Prom tickets are live and on sale. This year's theme is Hollywood Nights, and prom will be held on Saturday, April 12th at the Martin City Event Space in Martin City. Tickets are $50 each. Use the QR code to purchase your tickets now, or go to the GHS newsletter for more information and a link to purchase tickets. As we near the end of this episode, let's take a look at some important upcoming dates. That's it for this episode of Bulldog TV. To view this episode and other, go to www.ghstostudent.com or follow us on Twitter and Facebook at GHS Bulldog TV. I'm Maya Christensen-Wright.
I'm Danae Blair.
Have a great day, Bulldogs.